Our first key component of online courses is to include clear instructions or expectations. Basically, you should explicitly state what you want the students to do in your Schoology course. This can be done in multiple ways, and this is one of the reasons why we believe that all courses should have the course syllabus and the curriculum guides on there so that there's clear instructions as to what's going to be covered in the course. If you could dive deeper into lessons within your course, just keep in mind that Schoology is set up to actually facilitate lessons and not just serve as a resource hub. If you take the time to state what you want your students to do for specific lessons, whether the student's in class or making up work outside of class, all of those expectations are communicated and they don't need to ask you for what to do. My wife teaches at Cocalico, and she said that one thing that Schoology has helped her do is to keep herself from having to answer questions all the time. She can always tell the kids that the directions are on Schoology, so the kids just know and they get in the habit of going to find those directions. Just remember, when you're putting your instructions on there, just keep in mind the student perspective and what they're seeing. And just one thing that we're trying to get away from is we're trying to avoid lists of links and documents. You're going to know, and I'll show you an example in Schoology of how it's set up to basically add attachments to different pages, so that way you can go ahead and avoid having the long list of things for the students to look at. Now, there's multiple ways that this is going to connect with Schoology. I just mentioned that we can use attachments within different pages of Schoology. I'll show you that in a little bit. But then also there's the opportunity to basically place instructions on any type of activity or folder. And we'll take a deeper look at a screen here. So if I jump over to another window, right now I have open, this is just a page. But essentially what you have in Schoology is, when you're trying to build something, is you're going to have to give it a title, and then it's going to give you this area for a description. So in this case, I have my instructions, there's a video put in here, and then a couple bullet points. And then one thing I really want to highlight is the ability to add attachments to this page. So in this case, I can add files, links, things from my resources, or I can even add audio or video recordings to my page here. And when I hit save, just to show you what it looks like, I basically end up with a page, and then my attachments are there. So what we're thinking would be a good thing to do is to include instructions for anything that you want to do, and you could even potentially have an entire lesson built into an activity, and then add your supporting documents as attachments, so that way the students have instructions for what they should do with those documents.